Hello everyone. Ta-da! Today's my first tutorial sitting in my new makeup room, and yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy. I just like a really nice fresh summer glowy makeup tutorial. I'm going to try not to use any foundation in this makeup tutorial as well. I think I'm actually going to start on my eyes first of all. I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy on the eyes either, of course, so yeah, I'm gonna get started on my brows. Oh my goodness. So here's the deal. I used a brand new fake tan last night. I used the Makeup Revolution Aqua Tannin Mousse, the dark one. I actually really like it. I'm not like really tanned, but I just have like a wee kiss of colour. But my hands are just why does fake tan always cling to your hands so much? Like seriously, like this is hilarious. Like this is pure orange, and I do apologize about that, but you know, I'm just going to bring it to your attention before it's brought to my attention. Somebody slagging me off, trolling me, because it's so funny how whenever you do have like, God forbid, a dodgy bit of fake tan going on, you will be condemned to the absolute depths of hell. People honestly do take fake tan so serious, like so serious, and it's like, my goodness, you know, like you do realise it washes off. Last night I was actually super tired because obviously we've literally just moved in and there's still so much to do. I was putting nails on last night at like 12 o'clock, obviously just for filming because my nails are absolutely horrific at the minute. But I usually do my fake tan on my hands with like a wee brush, like a wee stippling brush like this, and just like take the tiniest, like literally a wee smidgen of tan. Whereas last night I literally just got the fake tan mitt and just went to town. So I think that's what the problem is. So do bear with me on that. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills soap brows. I'm absolutely obsessed with this stuff. I absolutely love it. With absolutely every single one that I've tried, Beauty Bay, P. Louise, COLLAB, every single one, this is definitely the best one that I've tried personally. Like it has amazing staying power. Like my eyebrows are quite coarse and they will slightly drip throughout the day, but this stuff literally holds them well in place, but you still have a wee bit of movement there. Like they're not like absolutely stuck to your face and crispy and as if they feel as if they're going to flake off. You still have like a wee bit of playtime with them to like style, or I don't know, they just don't really completely set and freeze, but it's still good enough that it's just going to completely hold your brows in place all day. I am going to be taking the P. Louise brow pencil, this wee one here, and I'm going to do just a wee faint line just underneath my brows, and kind of try to define my tail a wee bit. My eyebrows are an absolute mess at the minute. There we go. And then I'm also going to go through my brows and just fill in any wee sparse areas, but also trying to keep quite a light hand and still going in hair-like strokes. I've changed my mind. I don't really want to do my eyes first. I think I'm just going to start on my base makeup and kind of get that done and sort it out of the way. So oh my god, that is disgusting. Okay, so starting with the skin. So here's the thing. We have a bird situation. Please excuse my eyes, I know I look crazy, but yeah, we have a bit of a bird situation. Basically at the corner of our house there's something broken. Like they're not in the attic and they're not in the house, but they're like in somewhere. Does that make sense? You know, like the plastic around like the perimeter of the house, like the roof area. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't. It doesn't even make sense to me and I'm talking about it. But yeah, we have birds living in our house, kind of, in especially this corner, and of course it just happens to be the corner where I sit and film all day. I just don't want you to have to listen to birds, you know what I mean. I have the XX Revolution this product here. What even is this? This is the Skin Booster in the shade Blaze. So this is a wee bit of a similar product to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Oh, the shade I got was Blaze, by the way. So this is actually the first time I've used this product. Like on my skin with nothing on it. Anytime I have used it in the past there, I have mixed it in with my foundation. Like a couple of dots of this and then a couple of dots of my foundation, and it is quite nice. It's very, very nice mixing with your foundation. I didn't find that it made any difference to like the formula of the foundation in terms of like how it sat on the skin and how it wore. It just made the foundation look really, really nice and dewy. It just provides the skin with like a really nice illuminated glow, just like a really nice sheen, and it also provides a wee bit of colour to the skin. Not necessarily like the coverage of a foundation or a concealer, but it kind of just like perfects the skin, kind of just balances the skin colour out. It just kind of like colour corrects the tiniest wee bit and just perfects the skin. I'm going to try the Chroma Conceal from Be Perfect. So I'm just going to go around and do a wee bit of spot concealing instead of having to apply foundation. I'm going to be using the HNB Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer from Holly Boone Cosmetics. It's the best concealer I've used in a very, very long time. You can of course just get this like off her website, or you can also get it on a Be Perfect Cosmetics and use my discount code and get 20% off her makeup line. For this particular makeup look, I do actually think I could get away with a darker shade. I think it's because whenever I'm doing like my full glam, which is every day, I always like a really bright under eye. I love it. It's something I will never grow out of, and I don't care. I'll always love a really bright under eye. I live for it. But I think for this type of makeup look, I think I could have gone for something a wee bit darker. I'm going to blend it around like my mouth and my nose area as well, just to kind of balance everything. And maybe a wee bit just the center of my forehead. And then I'm going to go in with a wee bit of cream bronzing now. And obviously for this makeup look, just kind of keep it to whatever products you feel comfortable with or you prefer, whether it's a mixture of cream products, powder, or cream or powder. I always like to take a wee bit of both, if I'm being honest. Oh, and now they stop. See them damn birds. This is an absolute joke. It's like once I start talking, they start, and once I stop, they stop. I always like to use a wee bit of both, a wee bit of powder, a wee bit of cream products, because I have to say I do have dry skin and I love a really glowy, dewy look, but I don't like the feel of it in certain areas of my skin. For example, the under eyes, I prefer my under eyes to be like completely matte, whereas the rest of my skin, I'm okay with it being glowy and dewy. Before I get to the powder and stuff, I'm going to be taking the Be Perfect bronzer. Look at those hands, that's embarrassing. And I just like to dab my sponge in this. I'm going to take, of course, like the tiniest wee bit to kind of create a bit of a natural cream bronzer look. I always like to take, of course, a tiny wee bit at a time, work up and build it up if need be. But I like to just kind of blend it as I go. Sometimes I will just get a little product, pack it on the cheeks, forehead, and then like everywhere else where I need to put it, and then I'll blend it out after it's sat for like maybe 10 seconds. But I like to blend it out as I apply it to the skin. And of course, whenever you're applying a cream product, like say a cream bronzer, you're always wanting to go in pat-in motions, whether you're using a brush or a sponge or even your fingers, so that you're really making it an airbrushed and flawless look on the skin, and so that of course you're actually not maneuvering and disrupting the product that's lying underneath the product that you're actually wanting to apply. Because if I was swiping this, I'd be moving the product everywhere. But whereas if I'm patting, you know, I'm kind of like laying on the product and blending it as it goes. So you can see it, that it just looks a wee bit more airbrushed. because we are going for like a really nice summer, fresh, healthy, glowy look, I'm going to take the tiniest bit of powder and just apply it to my under eyes. And I'm going to be taking the new NARS. This is the light reflecting. Yeah, it's the light reflecting powder in translucent. So I'm just taking this wee powder puff, and as you can see, like, I'm taking like the tiniest amount of powder. This smells like feet. Here's me saying it smells like feet, and I have it like literally rammed up my nose smelling it. Mainly focusing the powder just in this triangle here. I'm obviously not wanting to set or dull down any other area, but just my under eyes. I'm just taking this wee brush to kind of dust off any of that excess that may be lying on the skin. Okay, and then to give everything a wee bit of a set, I've been loving this wee setting spray recently, the Makeup Revolution Super G Fix. It's kind of like the Morphe one, only it hasn't got a continuous mist. You actually have to like spritz it. First world problems. Ooh, nothing's changed here. I have been absolutely obsessed with this wee compact recently. It's actually brand new from Iconic London. Well, it's not really like brand new, but it's new to me. It's the Iconic London Silk Glow Duo, and I got the shade Coral Glow. This is going to be my summer staple product because it obviously has like the highlight and the blush, but the highlight is just absolutely gorgeous. It just leaves like the most crystal-like glow to the skin. This is just chef's kiss. It is absolutely stunning. The colour of it, for my skin tone personally, is beautiful. It's like a nice champagne-y, goldy type colour. It's absolutely stunning, but it just melts into the skin beautifully, like butter. It does have kind of like a putty-like texture to it, kind of like the Super Shock blushes from COLLAB. It just makes your skin look like glass. Just like the most beautiful wet look glow. It's absolutely stunning. I literally put it everywhere. I have had this for a couple of weeks now, maybe three weeks, and I've been using it literally every single time I've been doing my makeup. It actually looks more disgusting in person. It's not even coming off on camera how gross it actually is, but love it. Literally the only way I can describe how it looks on the skin is that it just makes your skin look glossy, like a crystal gloss. Also, I do have a discount code with Look Fantastic at the minute, so you can get up to 20% off anything from Look Fantastic, or this, or anything really that's obviously on Look Fantastic. The discount code isn't affiliate, by the way. I don't make anything from it. Now next up for the blush, as you can see, like, it is really intense. It's a really intense coral. It definitely does have like a really reddy pink undertone. Definitely not the type of blush I would ever go for, and whenever I did get this, I obviously did pick this myself, by the way, but it was obviously sent to me. I was a wee bit panicky poos. I was on the fence about it, but the more I've been using it, the more I've been obsessed with it. And do you know what it is? It's this time of year. Like, if it was November, I wouldn't be as obsessed with this blush the way I am, but because it's coming into like summertime, this blush, lovely. But the colour of it is just so pretty for that really nice, fresh, blushed look. I'm just gonna do a wee bit on the nose. I think if you're obsessed with like a really like clean girl aesthetic, and that is like your makeup style, your makeup routine, and you do like glass like skin and like a blushed makeup look and like blushed cheeks, honestly I do give this wee duo a go. There's obviously multiple shades and colours of it, but this colour here, like the Coral Glow, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to be taking the Milani bronzer, this one here. And I'm just going to do a wee bit of light dusting of bronzer. We don't really need too much because we've obviously laid down the cream bronzer, and that was obviously just enough to like really lightly but naturally warm up the skin. But you can obviously just go in with a wee bit more bronzer. Just the tiniest wee bit though. I'm going to be taking the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2 palette, this wee one here. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. I'm going to use the shade Toasty, which is this shade here, and I'm going to be taking this on my Buff and Blend 01 brush. This is of course my collaboration with Buff and Blend, which is still available. Not to be biased or anything, but I created it for a reason. But it's like my literal go-to crease brush. It's just like a one and done type brush. If this is like the type of makeup look that you go for on a day-to-day basis or all the time or whatever, it's just like the ultimate crease brush. Because it's so big and fluffy, it just gets the job done so quick and easy. And it just buffs and blends the product out effortlessly as well. And then I'm also going to wing it out and make sure to blend that up into the upper crease, brow bone, etc. So I'm going to take my 02 from my brush collection. So my 02 is very similar to the 01 that I just showed you there, but it's like more petite. It's more of like a petite blender brush, and it does come into like more of a point where you can be a wee bit more precise with your placement and your blending, whereas obviously like my 01 is a wee bit more domed. So domed, does that make sense? No, it's a wee bit more flatter, sorry. You know, like it's not as round. So I'm going to be using this to, sorry I have an itchy eyebrow, do a wee bit of something just on the lower lash line, and again I'm going to take the exact same shade. But if you look behind me, you can see that this is like the wee box that it comes in, my wee signature collection, where I did create like all of these brushes. Please excuse the fact they are dirty. They're always dirty, seriously, but obviously that just shows you like how much I use these brushes on a day-to-day basis. Like they are literally my staples, and like they're literally my holy grails, and I obviously want them to become your holy grails and like brushes that you cannot live without. I obviously created these brushes in the hopes that everybody would be able to use these brushes, whether you're a professional makeup artist or a beginner. But of course you do get the big fluffy blender. My 01, the 06 is kind of like a flat shader brush. I love this brush, I absolutely love it, because I love the flat side for packing on shadow, and then you can obviously use like the top to kind of just like go in and blend, whether it's a shimmer or a matte. And then my wee 04, I have so many of these out at the minute. They're definitely my favourite brush within the collection. I kind of feel like it's really something that lacks within the market in terms of makeup brushes, is a makeup brush collection that has a wee petite a wee precise petite blending brush. I absolutely love it. It's so good for like really precise blending, whether it's on the lid or the lower lash line. If you're doing a lot of colour, cut creases, it's just so good to obviously like blend out numerous colours and shades together. And then my 03 is this flat top kind of like eyebrow eyeliner type of brush, and this is just such a good wee brush. I absolutely love it. Most of the time these wee brushes here do come angled, but I didn't want mine's angled. I do prefer more of like a flat top type of brush like this, and I love it. It's very versatile, as are all the brushes within my collection. They're very versatile. But yeah, I love this for not only applying liner but shadow to the lash line, like the top lash line, waterline and lower lash line, and even like your eyebrows and stuff. It's so good. And then of course my 05, which is my flat synthetic packing brush, but I also created this brush to cut my crease. But not only is it great for cutting the crease, it's also really good to pack on shimmer shadow, matte shadow, and also to blend as well. Funny enough, this wee brush here, my 05, is absolutely amazing at blending eyeshadow out on the lower lash line. Nicola, the face behind Buff and Blend, she's actually a professional makeup artist herself, and she was actually the person that got me on to actually using the 05 as a blender brush for the lower lash line, because I did see her doing it on one of her clients and I thought that was absolutely genius. Tried it for myself and I haven't looked back since. So I can't claim that one as my own. So yeah, that was Really good wee tip from Nicola there. But of course I always do, and I will have a direct link down below where you can go and purchase my brush set. I'm trying to get the wrapper off this next product. So I have the All Smudge No Budge liner from Made by Mitchell. It's the Mega Toast shade, this one here, and it's the nice dark brown. Oh, that looks so good. Then I got sent a whole load of these NARS eyeliners. These are the High Pigment Longwear eyeliner, and this is the shade Mulholland Drive. And I think, ooh, it has like a wee bit of a metallic finish to it. I really wish you could actually speak to me right now. What one? What one will I use? Will we go for NARS? Will we go for NARS since it has like a wee bit of a metallic finish off it? That's beautiful. It's like a goldy. It's like an antique bronze. Doing eyeliner with a pencil is actually really hard. So I've been like flicking it out with my nail. Now for lashes, I suppose. I was maybe thinking of applying a few at the outer corner. These are 3D DIY faux lash extensions kit, and I think I might actually apply some of these just at the outer corner. We have some short ones and then medium ones. And it also has your wee spoolie. It comes with these wee tweezers as well. And then I've just put a wee bit of glue in there because I'm going to use the dark glue. But it does come with a dark glue and I'm guessing a clear glue. Okay, so I do apologise that I didn't do that on camera, but my camera was actually dying there, so I actually went and charged it while I done this. But that, do you know what, it actually doesn't look too bad. Like, it does look very natural, but it was very hard to do. They were very hard to apply. Not on this eye, because this is like my good side and I'm left-handed, but this was an absolute nightmare. Now onto lips. I'm going to be taking the COLLAB Lippy Pencil in Good and Plenty. Okay, so I'm also going to take like the tiniest bit of this. I'm just going to like take it on like its side and kind of blend that lip liner into my actual lip a bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to tip my finger. My big orange sausage finger. Oh, do you know what I even done? I even exfoliated my hands this morning to see if it would come off a bit. Okay, so, and then I have my Tarte Lip Quench Rescue in the shade Rose. This is honestly like the best wee tinted lip balm I have used, and especially for a makeup look like this. Oh, they do have numerous shades in this. Oh my goodness. It's just, it is just the glossiest, juiciest lip balm. It's one of these products that you apply right and you can't stop. It's just so juicy and smooth. Like, look at that. It's just, oh. And like, I feel like, especially with this colour here, if you have like a really dark skin tone, I just think it will just look so scrumptious and just beautiful. But anyway guys, this does come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. All the products that I did use will be listed and linked down below in the description box, along with the discount code that I have for Look Fantastic, which will get you up to 21% off. And also my makeup brushes also will be listed and linked down below in the description box as well, more than likely, and they always will be at the very top of the description box. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one.